So let's start. First of all, I'm really happy that I got almost from everyone. I got this document from almost, not saying from all. Who all have not sent the document? Can I know?
I think I have not sent it. Dinesh, yeah.
Okay, you haven't sent it, so you're planning to send today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'll send it. Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
So Devika, I have sent portion of 30th November. Like the second one, I have not sent that standard objects one because I'm not sure how to do it. I gone through the video also, but I'm still confused how to create it on standard objects.
What it was, guys, can you help me? The standard object. So
And
you
also
need to
I
create
have
custom field on the standard object, right?
yeah.
Yes, Devika. Custom
Yes.
fields in the custom object was the task given, but I believe a couple of them have created the fields in standard object.
Okay, I can see that people have created the fields in standard object too.
I did.
Yeah, I got the assignment from Arun as well. And okay, let me take it once again. A short, crisp description of how to create fields under the standard objects. Okay, so that you're also clear. And do you know what all are standard objects, which is predefined and pre-provided by the Salesforce? The one we are not creating in Salesforce, those are standard. The one we have not designed, the one we have not implemented in the system, we can see them already there in the system. Those are standard. And custom, what we create in the system. What is not there in the system, but we created. Okay, so that's the custom. Standard you can find on the same page itself. Custom you have to go a bit deep in the system. There you can see the custom. Okay, so let me share my screen. You could have posted this question on the group as well. You would have got the answer. If there is any such kind of doubt, please do post your question on group. Okay.
Sure, going forward we'll do that.
Can I add something? If anyone has
Yep.
any doubt, let us know. I can help.
Yeah. So that's the reason why I said it. Post it in the group so that you can get the question and anyone can answer you.
Yeah, they can ping me also.
Yeah, you can ping Arun also directly.
Thanks, sir, Arun.
Because I'm home all the time. I'm looking for a job, so I can help you anytime.
Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. Please confirm once you see the screen.
Yes.
We can.
Okay, perfect. So this is basically what I'm talking about. I'm talking about standard objects. Let's forget about the custom things. So whatever you see here till dashboard, they all are standard. Okay, whatever is there till dashboard, they all are standard. This appointment you don't see because it is not a standard. Okay, when you initially logged in into your developer account, we didn't create anything. That point of time, what all objects you see in here, they all are these standard. Okay, so you just have to remove your own custom objects which you created, like 3-4 custom objects. Apart from those custom objects, whatever you see on this plus sign, under this plus sign, they all are standard. Okay, Now I asked you to create few fields on standard object. Okay. These are standard objects. I told you two ways. You have two ways to get into the field page from where you can create the field. First is setup, and on which object you want to create the field. Standard, I'm talking about the standard, I'm not talking about the custom. On which object do you want to create the field? Lead. You want to create a field on lead object. So first I entered lead, then I got this lead, and I got field. This field which you see here is only for the lead. Is only for the lead, not for any other object. Lead is our object. You can see the tab of the lead here is only for this particular object. If I type in account, this field which you see here is only for the account, because each object page is different from other object page. Any confusion?
No.
No? Perfect. So I'm going to take you back to the lead page. Lead, I entered. Now I got this here. You will not find your custom object here. Okay. So do not enter custom object name here. You cannot find that. Go to fields. Scroll down. It says lead custom field and relationship. It says custom fields. Means you do not have things created, predefined, which is under the standard fields. You have to create few fields for yourself. You click on new, and the same process as you followed in the custom. Select the data type, then enter the name of the field and create. Any question?
Okay, so we can create custom fields under standard objects, right? This is so yeah, now it is clear. Thank you. And we'll follow the same process as we created the custom fields.
Yeah, custom field creation is the same process. It's just that how you find out to get into that standard page, standard object page. The another easy way is directly from the page. So you go to the lead tab, right hand side, new, direct way. If this part is really confusing you, then you just go to the lead tab. There is a force.com menu on the right hand side and click on new in front of the field.
So Devika, I have a quick question, just one very simple doubt, that the tabs are the same as objects, right? It's just a different name, but these tabs are also objects, right?
Okay, so tabs are
leads, accounts, contacts, these are also objects, right?
Yes. When you click, that's a tab. When that tab opens up, it opens up object page.
Okay.
So if you have created an object, but not created a clickable button of that particular object, which is a tab, till the time you won't see the tab object in your system. Tab creation is a must of your object. Object is a table, tab is a button to open that table.
Got it. Yeah, thank you.
Devika, thank you for the explanation. I have a one small doubt on the custom object, right? When we enter the data, I want to show my screen and I ask the question because I'm unable to explain it. Do I have the permission?
Yes, you do. Please go ahead.
Please let me know if you are able to see my screen.
I can.
So here, right, I have given given that field name as number, and somehow I don't know how I have given it as a pad. Okay, and when I click on this one, I want to edit this payment number, right? As a, I have given it as P001, but somehow I'm unable to edit it. So how to do that?
You cannot edit because it's an auto number field. Okay, from here you cannot edit this field. Go to the right hand side, this force.com menu. Go to
Okay.
view fields. Actually, once you create the standard field, you cannot alter the standard field even. Scroll up. Let's see if we can. Up more. That's a custom field section. We have to go to the standard one. Payment number. Do you see? It's an auto number field. Under standard fields,
Yeah.
it's an auto number field. Edit. Now you can change the display. It's a P000. How come it is? Oh, when you created it, you just entered the PAT. There was two options, display format, that's this. The values in that display format, that's PAT, you entered.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, did you went through the video we initially did the
Yes.
sessions?
Yes.
I showed you.
What I did is, let me tell you what I did, right? So initially I had given it as a payment name. Later I came back to this field and I changed it to payment number. When it was a payment name, I had given it as a pad. But once I changed the payment number, that value did not change.
Because you didn't change it actually. That won't change automatically. Now we cannot do anything, it's a default. This is something which we cannot change. You have to, you cannot even delete this. That's the reason why we say that whenever you're creating object initially, you're creating things initially, please focus on things.
Okay.
Things cannot be changed now. Ravi, if you know, Murli, if you know any way to change this, because I have no idea about this.
No,
Is
Devika, I
it
think
possible?
yes, for existing records we cannot change, so we just have to delete the record and recreate the record.
No, record deletion cannot be done because it's an auto number. That's not going to help us out. It's an auto number field. It's going to auto generate. If you go back, what number you have given in the, okay, I see what you're saying. Can you just create another record? Can you just try to create another record on payment? Just try to create another record on the payment. Yes. I see what he's saying. For existing record, we cannot do because it's an auto number, but for the new one, we can. Just save it. That's okay. That's okay. They are not mandatory. Just save. Let's see if there is, okay. So it worked. So your payment number is working now. For the existing record, it is not gonna work.
Okay.
I thought you entered the value like PAD in the data type.
No.
Field data type. Okay. That's okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. All right. Guys, any more doubts? Just give me a second. Okay. This is something I'm gonna show you. Just give me a minute. I'm just gonna show you the documents. I believe all of you have received the documents, but I want to just show you so that you also know that what kind of document I'm expecting from all of you. Okay. This is open. There's one more. Okay, let's share the screen. All right. So guys, you can see 3 documents I have opened up. Don't feel like I'm not opened up your document or somebody else's document. I'm just giving you a reference that this kind of document I'm expecting from all of you. Okay, so you can see 3 different type of documents, 3 explanation. So this document which you see on the left hand side that says app creation Word document app creation, and the document which says 29 November homework task. These 2 documents I really kind of like it. Okay, I found it that okay, these are pretty explanatory, and the one which is this one, position object with creating custom field, this is I do not want from any one of you. Okay, I'm not taking names, I'm not saying that okay, this is whom have not done the job. Everyone did the job, everyone did it very good, but I just want a bit more explanation in the document. If you can see, it is like whomsoever did it knows it, and who have not done it, they also know it. So if you can see over here, it just says created 7 custom fields for position object. No explanation that how he created, how he did not create it. Created 7 custom fields for marketing object. How? No explanation. And images, end. No explanation, and I'm really not interested in seeing that what they created, what they not created. On the other hand, this is an app creation. I know this is what not been given here, but this is how it should start with. If I not talk about this one also, if I talk about this one, it says all the questions in the beginning first, and then the start. Again, the start here is also like, okay, log into setup, log into Salesforce, click on setup, but this is still, I'm able to see that what that person did because of the highlighters. Now here, it is quite clear how to get into the application mode, what he or she did exactly. Okay, go to setup, build, create, app, select new. Takes good efforts. Select custom app option and enter details. Enter details could be app label, what you entered, because I cannot see it. It should be on the top, that what you entered as an app label. Then what you entered in the description, it should be on the top because I don't see it. Insert logo by clicking insert an image. Okay. Steps to insert an image should come up below, should mention steps to insert an image. Okay, then the document part should come up. Guys, please make sure you remember these things for the next assignment, and I want that way. Okay. Here, if I just close this one out because this has nothing, and I'm not gonna look at this one. But if you see this one, type a name of the app, a description, and next, click next. Okay. fine, I'm fine with this line, but it's your assignment, you are doing it. You have to let your instructor know that what kind of application you have created. What is the motive behind creating this application? What is the name of the application? How you're expecting me to get into the such a small image and look for your application name? It should be on the top. Explanation of each image should be on the top. I'm fine with this check box, with this new. For these, I don't really need the explanation because you mentioned one liner, click on new, enough for me. Okay, but like this, where you have given some details, what details you have given? Okay, that I'm in need of actually, because I don't know the name of the application you have created. I won't be able to address this thing. Add an image. To do this, needed to first add an image that we can use in these steps. In this step, okay, click the plus button. Admin section or tab section? It's a tab section, not admin section. It's a tab section where you see all the tabs available. Then go to documents. So step add an image. Instead of saying add an image, steps to add an image. Fine, I'm not arguing you that okay, you have to write the words which I'm saying, but okay. Document, because people will jump directly from this page to this B section, to the plus sign. Okay, click on new, added, document added, inserted the image. Now you have the insert image. No explanation here why you have selected externally associated image, why you have done this. No explanation here. Not gonna work. We need the explanation here. Why you are doing this? Why you have selecting a small checkbox? If I say on my call, only select this checkbox and the name, done. Would you be able to understand why I'm asking you to selecting this externally available checkbox? No, right? So it's better for you because you're gonna remember it. Nobody else gonna remember it. Okay. Click insert an image. Okay. Choose an image. It's under a personal document because you saved it in your personal document. Okay. Then add from the available tabs to the selected tabs. Okay. You just mentioned that how you can add the available tabs. Choose the user profile to be visible in the App Exchange menu and click Save. Fine. Verification done. It's there. In the verification, what you did, what you call this app menu bar. What we call this app menu. So under the app menu, verification, go to top right corner under app menu, see if your application is there. So that one liner should be here. Your application is ready. You are into your application now. Kind of, I'm just expecting those kind of lines over here. Click on setup, search from object, good. Create a new custom object by clicking on the new custom object button. Good. Which object? Object. Which object? Custom object. Good. You're going to create the custom object. Label field. Fill out the plural name, plural label, object name, and the description. What you entered, need that also. Okay. Now, enter the name, allow search, object creation option. All of you have created the auto number. Nobody have created the text field, but that's okay. Explanation to all these are not there. I know you got it, but checking all the checkbox is not gonna make a difference. Okay. So explanation to all these, which I told you a bit in one liner also, if you could have explained it, so that would be good. I know that, okay, you know things. Tab style, select one style, click on next. Great. You apply this default on, default off, tab visibility. Why you selected this tab? So that people can see this tab in their account for the selected profile. So I feel like it's pretty good document, but still I feel like there are some issues. Okay, now my app with logo. Download and save image in the Salesforce document by name logo and use image as logo for my app retail store. So pretty explanatory. Again, the kind of application you have created is not there, but my app with logo. Okay, fine. You got this app created. I added some standard tab provided by Salesforce and from available tabs to select tab by selection them and add them. I add some of, for example, cases, leads, opportunities. I add some objects, for example, objects word is missing. My default landing tab is home. I can change it as per my convenience. Perfect. By clicking save button, I created my custom retail store application. Nice. I can customize my tab also, my tabs also. So it's not tab, it's tabs. Plus sign button of the tab menu. You showed how to customize your tabs. So the one you already selected, it doesn't mean that that is going to be the one always. You can always customize your tabs. Nice. Okay. So just one thing I want pretty more explanation what you just showed me. Okay, this was the first document you guys created, that's okay, but I want more explanation in these documents. Okay, better for you, better for your knowledge. I know you know things, I know you have done things, so you know them pretty well, but it's human tendency that we tend to forget things as we learn new things. So these documents gonna help you out when you look back and coming back to the system and you try to regenerate the things. Okay, so I want you to create in such a way that if you come back, you remember, you can see everything in there, and then you know, okay, this is what we have done. Even after an year, you come back to the system and you don't remember anything. Okay. Any question, guys? Anything you want to ask more? How to create the document? Sorry, I'm not able to pick up all the documents, but I did check them. I do see them. So even Murli also sees them. So do let us know if any doubt you come across. Do not just send the document for the sake of sending. If you are not prepared with the document, do not send it. Okay? Send only once you are ready. Do let us know that you are not able to get it done, but you will send it by this time. We are okay with that. Sometimes we have some issues, we cannot do the job, but still you can let us know. Okay. Today we're gonna start with the we covered the fields, we covered tabs, we covered how to create the records. You know, once we have the field, we can enter the data in there. That's record, object, application. Only, is there anything we are missing before we move to user management? I mean, manage users. Is there anything else we need to take up the topic?
I don't think so.
We can start with the manage users,
Yes,
right?
yes, we can start.
Okay. So guys, manage user or user management. You can say either of the names. This is something really important for you to learn and to know, because this is a kind of a backbone of Salesforce. Okay. This is a backbone of Salesforce. Why? If you do not have access to Salesforce, you won't be able to get into the system and do the job. So in order to complete your job, you need to have proper access in the system, right? And who does that job? It's your admin. Salesforce admin is the one who give access to the system to you as per your profile, as per your job description, so that you can do the same thing in system. Now, if I talk about users, users are the one where we create anybody access in the system. Like you create your Gmail account in order to view your emails so that you can give people that, okay, this is my address. You can send an email to this address. Okay. So now in order to go to users, we go to manage users. Okay. We can still type in this quick find box users, but if you can remember manage users and users because it's on top, then you still can go directly in here. I have few users created already. First thing, few points you just have to note it down. First is you cannot delete any user from the Salesforce. Once the user has been created, that user has been created. You cannot delete. You can always deactivate the user. Deactivating the user means that user is no longer active in the system and that user no longer can access the database in the system. So you can always deactivate the user, not delete. Second, the kind of access you are providing to the user, being an admin, please make sure that you are providing the access as per the requirement, not giving a system admin access to everyone, because that's not legitimate. That's not going to work out. System admin access is only to the people who is going to work as an admin or a developer in the system. That's it, not for anybody else. So system admins are only going to be the one going to deal with the system from the back end, not from the front end. Okay. So database records, who need to work on the database, that person really don't need system admin access. Third thing is people should sit in the correct hierarchy. Hierarchy means you have management, then you have sales rep or reps below the management. So that hierarchy should be fall up in this user creation. Okay, we will learn how to create the role hierarchy, we will learn how to manage the profiles of the users. Everything is going to be there. We will learn all those things, but I'm just telling you in advance that these 3 or 4 things you need to memorize, you need to keep it remembered. No, any exception is not there. Make sure you follow the things properly, otherwise it is a problem for the company. If in any company you give somebody a really great access and then you say, oh, I give it by mistake, not gonna work. Okay. So that's the reason why I'm saying the user management, manage user is something really tough and you should know about it. Okay. Just hold on for a moment, just a minute. Guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
perfect. Thank you. All right. I'm sorry about that. There was some disturbance going on, so I just shifted. Okay. So I was saying that user management is something which, when you create a user in the system, that you are the complete responsible person who decide what kind of access the user needs to go for. Okay, I'm going to take you to the page of user management, but okay, so this is the page of user management, a user, from where you create any user in the Salesforce. Okay, now what do you see? Some few simple things and few things which are really not the ones which we always gonna use. Okay, so few simple things are on your left hand side: the first name, last name, alias. Alias cannot be similar for two person. Okay, so alias sometimes auto generate. I mean, all the time alias get auto generate, but it is advisory that do not use similar alias for two people, because alias also plays a major role in the system when it comes to data management. Okay, so if two people have the name of Devika Goyal, so it's D Goyal for both of them. The alias gonna be D Goyal. You have to change one user alias because D Goyal is already an existing alias. Okay. Email address is gonna be their company email address, which is being provided by the company. If not provided by the company, then their personal email address. Generally, company provide email addresses, so the one which is provided by the email address. Username. Please make sure you use such username that they are not going to hamper their existing account, like a developer account, because once the username is being used in here, that is been used, we cannot again use the same username even if it gets deactivated in the system. Means if I have been my username was dgoel at xyz.com in my company, I cannot reuse this username any time in future with Salesforce. Okay, so that's the limitation. So the username we are using here, we have to make sure we are using the one which is not related to our email address. So we use company email address one. That's okay. That's for the company, so it stays in the company. Nickname could be anything. There's no such rule we have of nickname, but yes, it mentioned that nickname should be there. It says it this. Yeah.
One question. What? So the alias and nickname could be anything, and they could even be repeated, and that's not a problem inside the company. It's more like internal for the person to just refer to them. But the username cannot be repeated, but the other ones could be. I don't know if I'm getting it right.
Yes, username cannot be repeated. Alias is also cannot be repeated in the company. So if one alias is already been used, like D Goyal, I cannot give the same alias to anybody else in the company. But yes, once the system is being deactivated, means once that user has been deactivated, so I can use that alias again in future.
And can be the alias and the username for the same person the same or not?
No.
Okay.
Username should be in the format of email address. In the format of email address. So I'm saying abc@xyz.com, like this.
Okay, so if I have one email and then I write the same one to the username, I cannot use it, or I can?
You can use it, but you won't be able to use that email address again. I mean that username as an email address again in future for another account of Salesforce.
For another account, no. But for the same person, I can have the email and the username to be the same email.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So I'm just saying that again, if you have to create another account, you won't be able to do it with the same username, because like your Gmail username, you already use that. Now somebody else do the same username, they won't be able to do it.
That's right.
Because they get that it is already been used.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was asking to the same user, using the same email and username. So that's possible. Okay, great.
No, you can put the same email address as a username as well.
Got it. And would that be the same with the alias and the nickname for the same user? Can I
Mm,
use the same alias and nickname for the same account or
yeah,
user?
yeah.
Okay.
Alias
Okay.
and nickname can be same. Nickname is not gonna bother you anywhere. Okay, so you can just
Okay.
simply enter anything. Your name also can be a nickname. So alias
Oh, okay.
is gonna bother you because it's for the data management. We use alias as a unique referral.
Okay. Got it. Thank you so much.
Welcome. All right. So the title, company, department, division. It's a simple and it's pretty self-explanatory that what kind of data you need to enter for the title, department, division, and company. Next comes the mailing address, the street address, and all. So you just enter the address information of the user if you have any. If you don't, then it's okay. We can leave this. We generally don't fill this up because personal information not being meant to be shared in the system because people can see this and there could be other issues. Federation ID is single sign-on related information, but we're gonna talk about single sign-on in the security. So for now, you can leave the Federation ID because we generally don't enter anything in here till the time companies are not using the single sign-on. Okay, so that's the feature in Salesforce for dual security. So if company is not using this single sign-on, we don't enter Federation ID. Okay. Locale settings is kind of the language this particular user gonna have. So what happened in Salesforce, you set one language for the entire organization, for entire Salesforce. So whomsoever get into the Salesforce get that language by default. One, you can do it, you can change for that user, like this user is Spanish user, so this user gonna be in the Spanish time zone, the local language is gonna be Spanish, the language is gonna be Spanish. Okay, Spain and all those things. So that thing you have to select over here so that this person, this user is gonna have Spanish language, okay, on their Salesforce account. That's something which we need to decide right now, or that user can also change it later on. Delegated approval, this is related to the approval process. So if you or somebody else is your approver, means you're gonna make some changes in Salesforce, like currency wise, amount wise, of those things. So something needs to go to your approver, delegated approver or manager, that goes over from here. You select that particular person name here. Your manager, whomsoever you're reporting, that is gonna be here. And receive approval request only if you're approver. Even if you're not approver, if you want to still receive the request, then you can select. This small checkbox helps a person to generate a new password as soon as you get this user created. Okay, so it's best practice you do this checkbox always. Do not uncheck it because a new user needs to create a password. Okay, that's the left hand side, which is pretty easy, self-explanatory, nothing much in here. The right hand side of the page is kind of the thing which you need to understand, which you need to learn how to do it, what is the difference between it, why we are doing it. Okay, now before I start, I would like to tell you two things. Okay, whatever I'm gonna tell you here, we're gonna discuss apart from the development side, we're gonna discuss them also again in below. Okay, so when we're gonna discuss other parameters in Salesforce, we're gonna discuss few of the things from this list again. Okay, few things which I'm telling you now, which I will tell you again in the next session, because that is something kind of important and entire system is driven through that. Okay, first is profile, second is roles. Okay, profile and roles plays a really great major role in Salesforce providing access to any user. You saw that whenever we created any object, tab, field, we decided that which profile gonna have access to this object, tab, or field, right? We decided that. We let the system know that, okay, we need to have give access to these profiles. So what is the difference between profiles and roles? Profiles means, just make a note of it. Profiles means what you can do in the system. Roles means what additional you can see in the system, view in the system, or what additional you can do in the system, apart from the kind of access provided to you through profile. So profile is, it helps you to let you know that what kind of permissions you hold in the system, what kind of access you hold in the system to do complete your job. Roles gives you the hierarchical view of the entire system. Like you are on the profile of very limited access, like the sales profile or something like this, but in an hierarchical view, you are sitting on the VP level. So if you're sitting on the VP level and you have the sales profile, I agree that you cannot do much in the system, but you can still view the database of your subordinates, like your hierarchy, your entire hierarchy, VP, then director's data, manager's data, then rep's data. So you are sitting on VP level. So you can see the entire below chain database by sitting into the role. Let's say CEO of the company don't really work on the database, right? So the kind of access CEO required in the system is very limited because they just see the reports, they just see the dashboards, they really don't play with the database. But the reports and dashboard fetch the database. Playing with the database means they don't create the data in the system, but they fetch the data. They need that view that they can see the data, the numbers and everything. So how they gonna see the numbers? We have to put them on the CEO level in the hierarchy so that they can see their entire organization numbers, right? Under the reports. Most of you have created the Excel reporting. They can see the numbers only based upon that. So that is something we have to understand here, that role and profile visibility wise is different. Profile gives you access in the system. If you do not have access to reports, dashboard, object in the system, your role not gonna work out for you. So profile gives you access in the system. Role gives you visibility, additional visibility in the system. Any doubt, any confusion, anything you want to ask here? We're going to re-explain things. We're going to do the things, how to create profiles, dashboards. I mean, how to create roles and profiles and everything. We're going to do that thing, but still, I want to ask you if you have any confusion over here. No? Okay. So role hierarchy, role or role hierarchy is the same thing. Okay, don't get confused. Role hierarchy is something which you even not decide beforehand gonna work for you. Means you know, okay, I need to create a user, but I don't know the hierarchical wise this user gonna be a manager or a rep. Sometimes it happens that you don't know, you just get the information, hey, create this user in the system as it's a new trainee. Okay, you don't get such information whether this user is hierarchical wise manager or what kind of level he's on. Okay, so we can leave this place. We can leave this role section for now. We go to the user license. User license. License is what? In Salesforce, you pay for every single seat. Like you have seen the PPO structure, you have seen the structure of the service provider companies. They they get payment per seat. The kind of service they are providing, they get payment per seat, per head. So same thing here, companies pay per seat cost to Salesforce. Okay, so it's almost like starting from $75 per month per head to $175 per month per head. Okay, that's what the number I remember, but could be more. So that's something they purchase. So every headcount matter. Once you deactivate the user, you are releasing your license. You're getting your one headcount back. That's okay. But if you're assigning one license to the user, to someone who is joined, so you are taking the number again from the kitty, means you are assigning the license. So one count less in your license kitty. Okay. Now you see most of the things here you're not gonna see in the paid account. So I'll open the paid account as well side by side. I believe that's gonna work or not. Because if I show you this in paid account, that is gonna help you. Biology. So this is one of my client. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you something here. So if you can see here, how many you're getting here as a user license? 4. 3 of them are free, 1 is paid, Salesforce. Now if I take you back to the our developer account, there are lot many. There are a lot many. I don't see Salesforce because I already consumed 2 licenses. Let me free up 1 license. I was doing something, so I consumed. I'm gonna free this up. So how I'm gonna free this license up? By just clicking and checking this checkbox. Okay, save. Now my license is free. If I come back to remove, yes. Okay, if I come back here, new user, now I'm gonna have this Salesforce license available. Earlier it was not there because I use this license. I only have limit of 2 licenses. How we can check that license? I'm gonna show you that.
Hey Devika, one quick question.
Yeah.
What is the difference between Salesforce and Salesforce platform? It's under user license dropdown.
Yes, I'll tell you that. So Salesforce is basically your main license. Salesforce platform also gives access in Salesforce, but very limited access. So platform license cost is really low than what you pay for the Salesforce license. So if you can see here, if there is anything which is paid, you won't see under the paid account. They have to pay for that license to Salesforce platform. Okay. Difference is this gives entire Salesforce access, and that only gives a limited Salesforce access. The Salesforce platform gives a very limited access in Salesforce, but still gives access to Salesforce. The rest of the licenses, apart from Salesforce, whatever you see here, they don't give access in Salesforce, like object level access I'm talking about. Platform also gives object level access like reports, dashboards, still can see some leads, some accounts. So through platform user, you can still see few database, which you cannot do it with other licenses. You can see here. Chatter free, chatter external, they are not going to give you that accessibility. That's why Salesforce and Salesforce platform, they both are paid. Even Force.com app subscription is also paid. Partner app subscription is also paid. XOR proxy user is also paid. So rest of them are paid. The free ones I showed you is Chatter external, Chatter free, identity, and the paid one is the Salesforce.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, I was showing you how to check the number of licenses available for you. So don't get confused between license and profile. License is only that kind of which org access you want to give. Profile gonna give you the access in the system. The workable access means what you can work on in the system. So in order to check anything related to the license, we go to company information. We'll talk about company profile in detail later on, but I'm just telling you about the company information. Under company information, you have a lot of things here, but license is here. Salesforce user license. You see a lot of things in here. I'll take you to my client, company information. If you can see, this is the limit. So he have 14 total licenses of Salesforce. 8 he already used. They already used 8 and 6 remaining. Okay, so they can create 6 more users in the system, or they already used 8. Okay, once they exhaust this limit, they won't be able to create any further user in the system. Okay, so that's how we check our license limit, because this is a free account, this is a developer account, so we got 2. I already used 1 earlier. I already used 2, both of them, but I used 1 now. I have 1 remaining, so I can reuse this license. If I deactivate another user, I again get 1, then I again get. If you deactivate both the users, then you don't have access to the system, then you won't be able to create any other user, because you deactivated both the users. Okay. Platform, again, you have 3 licenses available for the platform. Platform gives access in the Salesforce, but a limited one. You can access reports, you can access dashboards through the platform, but in a limited way. Okay, limited visibility. It depends upon company to company that what kind of visibility they want to open up through platform, because it's less in cost. So companies, few companies, big companies tend to purchase to save their big license cost, because they don't know, they want few people to be on limited visibility, so they purchase this license, platform one, so that they save the cost of the big license. Okay, rest is this information. We'll talk about this information when we discuss about the company profile. Any doubts, guys? You understood that what is license in Salesforce, right? User license. So that's something you have to select over here. Then we come to the profile. So profile is mandatory to select for each user. You cannot leave this part blank. If you are leaving this part blank, then means you're not creating a user. Simple. You have to select one profile here in order to provide a user access in the system. Role, you can still leave it, because role is not going to drive your access. That's going to just give you add-on visibility, but profile is going to drive your access. Okay, you already given them Salesforce license, but profile is something going to drive the kind of work you are going to do. So that's something which you have to select at the very first point. Once you select the profile, then this checkbox is automatically checked and you click on save. Okay, so once this checkbox is checked, that means your user is active. And now the rest of the part of this page, what you see over here, this is more related to the visibility and to the accessibility in the system. Apart from this, okay, let's cover this up. I know, actually, I can tell you this thing, but I'm doubting that you would be able to understand right now. Let's take this up. I'll give you a short view about this, and then we'll discuss things more in detail later on. Okay. So what is marketing user? This checkbox allow you to do the marketing job in the system. Means if you have selected the profile and this user comes to you that, okay, I need access to the marketing object also. So which is a campaign object. So can you please provide me how you provide it? Directly, you cannot provide anybody access to the campaign object. How you provide it? You provide by checking this checkbox. So you will see this campaign is only available when you check this checkbox, okay, for the user, because it is not directly available. Marketing user checkbox needs to be checked in the case when you need to provide marketing access to any of the user, like the campaign. Then offline user means this user can access system offline. User can access system offline, and if you're providing somebody offline, they can, if they do not have internet accessibility, then they can still view some database offline. Okay, not exactly like they can create the data in the system. No, they cannot do that. They can view the data when they are offline. Knowledge user. Knowledge user is basically your service-based users. Means like the knowledge article a company people wants to create for their own ongoing issues arise. So service companies, those who provide service providers, service providing companies, they provide this license, this knowledge user to few people, those who do content writing. Okay, because they create content for their organization, and they put those contents on their knowledge base so that the users, the team who's working on daily base issues, who's attending the calls, who's taking care of the issues of the client, they can view the resolution. Okay, so knowledge base is nothing but just the resolution center from where you can find out certain steps to fix a particular ongoing issue. So you must have seen that you call to a call center, you tell them your issue, they follow few certain steps, and then they move you forward to the escalation team if that doesn't fix your issue. So that comes from their knowledge base, that the reps needs to follow these 10-15 steps. If that doesn't work for the client, that doesn't work for the customer, then forward it to the escalation team. So this is what knowledge base does, that they gives the article to the reps to follow on daily basis, like 10 steps, follow, not done, forward, so that it ease out their work. So knowledge user create knowledge base. Flow user, it's basically an automation in Salesforce. What we do, what we create flow. It's not flow chart, it's a flow automation. We tend to flow the database using this automation. We will discuss this in later on. It's basically a part of the advanced admin. The flow user, it's not a part of the basic admins. Okay. Service cloud user is if you want to make any user a service-based cloud, service-based user, the cloud. We have 3 clouds of Salesforce: sales, marketing, and service. We have more clouds of Salesforce, but these 3 are main ones, depend upon the business. So if we want a person to be a service cloud user, we make it from here. Means that user can look into cases, look into the knowledge base, articles, and all those things. The service part related. So how you can check this? You simply go to service and then you check this. Site.com publisher, WDC, we're not going to discuss this. Data.com, we're not going to discuss. Monthly additional limit, that's not a part of this course. Accessibility mode, classic only. If we want somebody who cannot access Lightning, who do not need to access Lightning, only needs to be in the classic, then we select this checkbox, but we are not selecting this nowadays because companies are moving into Lightning, mostly 18 to 85% companies. Okay, so we are not checking this checkbox. This means it's only classic they can access, they cannot access Lightning. It's related to the contrast on chart. I don't know, I have ever selected this, but we'll select this and we'll see that what happens. what change. We'll select this and then we'll see the changes. Debugging mode is for the developers. So debug, they do the code debug. So that's for the developers, debugging mode. Quick access menu, Salesforce CRM content user, content email alerts, daily digest. So this is related to the emails you receive on your email address. Like, hey, this has been changed in your company. This has been updated in your company. So related to the Salesforce and whatever the changes admin does, those kind of digest or task events related information also you get over the email, the digest. So that says daily digest, but sometimes it's way too much. We like to uncheck this checkbox. So it's related to that. Allow forecasting. If you are allowing somebody to forecast, so that means that person can forecast the sales they are making for the entire year. So we generally allow this setting to the managers, to the reps also, so that they can enter their forecast data. They can see their forecast data and the managers can also see the forecast data. So we check this checkbox generally for the forecast. If the company is not using forecast, then we don't check this checkbox. But make sure you check it only for the users to whom you actually want forecast to be allowed. Call center phone extension. So it's a simple things. Call center number, if there is any associated call center number, it is only in the, again, in the case of service providing companies. So that's the number. If there is any number associated to the user, phone number, extension, fax, journal informations. We don't change email encoding. We generally keep it UTF-8 Unicode. I don't know why it is picking up this one, general one. So that's okay. Employee number, individual. Employee number is the employee ID number. Okay, their ID card of company. Individuals, we don't enter the such details. Call center, we don't enter the details. See, what all you will be working upon, the top parts which I told you, these 4 options, you might need to check these checkbox. Marketing user, you frequently will be checking. The rest ones depend upon company. Okay, the below ones, accessibility, high contrast, and all these things, debugging mode. Debugging is only for the developers, so you don't do, if they want debug mode, you can simply just check this checkbox. That's it, nothing else. And apart from this below information, allow forecasting, yes, you will be doing this. If you disable this email alerts, that's okay. That's related to like forwarded email from the system. That's okay. You can even disable this. And that's it. Important thing is this. Till here? Then quick access menu is like you are accessing the quick menu from your home page and other part of the system. So that's the quick access menu, the force.com menu. This is also quick access menu. So this is related to it. Okay, so that's the thing. If you disable this force.com menu will be away. That's a quick access menu. I believe we covered almost everything, the one which we need to cover. Anything you want to ask? No question? Because I'm stopping here. We created the user. We're going to discuss this and this again. Few things from these two. We're going to discuss this again later in below content. But this I'm definitely going to take up in the next class. What is roles and profiles? So roles and profiles we're going to cover in the next session again.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So in this list of this user, roles here, which are the standard ones? The ones which are marked already. These are the standard ones which are given to regular users.
These ones you're talking about?
Yeah.
I checked them up. So if you go to your user, you will see not these ones basically. These are marked.
Okay.
Only these. these 4 are by default marked. We give them rest of the access depend upon the requirement. Nothing else we give them directly.
Okay. And the okay, anyway, you will discuss more in detail later, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I might not discussing this email alert, quick access menu. I might not be discussing these things because they are not gonna come up again. But yes, marketing user, knowledge users, yes, we're gonna discuss that.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, but the basic, the most obvious ones, definitely it is we can understand, but the ones which are based on a functional role or something like that, maybe we need to understand better.
Mm-hmm. No problem. We'll discuss about the role profiles also again. We'll discuss about marketing user, knowledge user. Flow user is basically the advanced admin, but I'll give you a bit idea. And the
Okay,
rest,
thank
which
you.
I have not told you about, that's the development part. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Anything else, guys? All right. So your homework is you'll be creating 2 users because you already consumed 1 license, so you won't be able to create 2 users for on Salesforce license. But I want 2 users, 2 more users, means total 3, including in your Salesforce. One using Salesforce platform license, another is using Salesforce license. Okay. You can still leave this user creation right now. We can take this up when on Saturday once again, because roles and profiles I need to discuss first. I told you how to create user, but we need to discuss roles and profiles first. Okay. Again, we'll connect on Saturday. No homework for today. On Saturday, I'll give you the assignment. Okay. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're most
Okay.
welcome.
Yep. Thank you. Have a good day.
Same to you guys. Goodbye.
Good